alive. We've been having a wonderful, wonderful time. We've been talking for several weeks, several months. We've been talking about moving into manifestation. We've been talking about knowing God by experience. It is one thing to know God, but it is a whole nother thing to experience Him on a daily basis in a different way. Am I the only one this evening that can say, God just gives me to be in awe during the day with what He does and how He does it through situations, through people, through circumstances. I am just experiencing Him in a different way daily when I look for Him in the situation, when I can take myself out of it, when I can bring my emotions under control, when I can do the things that's required of me. I am now in a better place to experience God in a totally different way. We've been talking about doing the will of God, doing the will of God. And as we've stated last week, we were talking about how it is that we can get to the place where we want to impose on the will of God by ourselves, with our thoughts, with what we think, with what we've been told, with how we've been told that we were going to be this, do that, or be this person or that person. But the will of God doesn't say that in and about our life. The will of God says something totally different from that in our lives. And so we struggle as believers to walk by faith, and we struggle as believers to do the will of God because oftentimes we don't know what the will of God is in our lives and for our lives. So we become sometimes ineffective and ineffective with the things of God because we're walking out of the will of God. And one of the things that I want to share with you tonight is that the will of God, Jesus is the roadmap. And watch this. As we were talking last week, y'all remember the farmer, the pastor that had the farmer. I gave you that analogy. Remember when he had the pastor in the car with him, he didn't have to recall the steps. He didn't have to worry about which turn he was going to make because he had the map in the truck with him. Well, watch this. You can never retrace that route by yourself because, watch this, the farmer had the map in the truck with him. So there was no reason to retrace those steps that he had already gone by. But now he is doing things in a new way. He is experiencing God. We are experiencing God in a new way. And the way for us to do that is to understand that Jesus is your way. Jesus is our way. Often people approach knowing and doing the will of God this way. They ask the Lord, what do you want me to do? What do you want me, when do you want me to do it? How shall I do it? Where shall I do it? What will be the outcome? You see, we have all of these questions right up front with the anticipation that we're going to get an immediate answer, that we're going to get an answer immediately. But then, how do you experience him in a different way, in a new way, if he gave you what the will was without you going through it? How do you, watch this, experience? You can't experience it because now if he gave it to me, I've got it in my head. So what do? I take it now and I fashion it with my finite mind. And first thing I begin to do, I begin to make plans with it. I begin to tell myself, oh, yeah, I got it now. I know which road I'm going to take. You'll even go so far as to start pinning down people you can get involved in what it was he's told you to do or how he's told you to do. You've made a totally separate plan with what he's giving you. So oftentimes he can't give us the details. He can't give us the roadmap because why? I will take it every time and I will insert myself into it. And guess what? That's not part of his plan. That's part of my plan. So now I've taken, watch this, an infinite plan, and I've put a finite thought into it. So I've automatically messed it up now. I've automatically convoluted it. It's no longer pure now. It's no longer what it was. You see, when he's leading me through it and giving it to me as I am, watch this, moving forward with him, there is a beginning and an end. Watch this, but it only comes with experiences as I move. Every new day is an experience. Every new day is an experience with him, with doing, watch this, what I didn't know I was going to do in this day. But if I take that plan, watch this, and he gives it to me, now I will already plan next week, and next week hadn't even come yet. I'll put it on my calendar. I'll make sure that I move other things around to make sure that on Tuesday I have this plan. Why? Because my finite mind says this is what I'm going to do. Well, there's but one problem with that. Were you able in your finite mind to see all of the holes that's in your plan? Were you able to see the hand of the enemy in the plan? Were you able to see the distractions? Were you able to see the destructions? No, you were not. So now I'm in a position where I am trying to move in the will of God, but really it's my will. You see, it's typical for us to ask God for hear me tonight, a detailed roadmap before we are willing to set out on the journey. It's typical for us as believers to want to know what the end game is before I get moving. Well, that's not how God works. That's not how. Remember now, the more I give you, the more of you inject into what I've given you. The more of you begin to decide what it is that I'm going to do. But that's not the way God even led in Scripture. The Lord doesn't send us off like an errand boy. He doesn't just give you to have your way when you want to have it and how you want to have it. Here's why. He intends to accompany us along the journey. See, he wants to lead us along the journey. But if we're not careful, we will try to lead him down the journey. He wants you to accompany him. Watch this, in his plan. Wait, come a little closer. You did say his plan, right? I didn't say your plan. I said his plan. So wait a minute. So how is it that I'm going to ask him to follow me in his plan? How does that work? It doesn't work out too well. Why? Because I don't know the full plan. I don't know, watch this, what he's already fashioned for me since before I was formed in my mother's womb. I have no idea about that. But yet here I am trying to lead him in what it is, watch this, that he's given me and formed for me since I was even conceived. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. That's weighty when you think about it. It's dangerous too. It's really dangerous for me to begin to try to, watch this, fashion my life or walk through or lead, watch this, myself in a place of uncharted, unknown territory. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but he does. Watch this. He even knows what tomorrow is made up of. He's already seen it, so he already knows. I'm going into it blind, so to speak. So when we think about Scripture gives us to understand that he wants to accompany us. So the next time he gives you, watch this, the will, the assignment, be careful that you try to get all of the details up front. Why? Because you become dangerous in and of yourself then. You become dangerous because you begin to formulate thoughts about what you're going to do and how you're going to do. Come a little closer, but that's not the plan. That's your plan. So it may even, watch this, it may even work out for a little while. It may even feel good for a little while. But there will come a time where that your plan will come to an ultimate end. Why? Because you are finite. I am finite. Our minds can't think that far. We can't plan that far ahead. God already knows. We say, Lord, if you will just tell me where I need to end up. If you can just tell me, just put me in the game, Lord. Just kind of give me a little details about where you want me to be and how you want me to. Then I'll be able, watch this, to set my course and go. So we try to ask the Lord to give us details about what He's planning, and with the mind and the tongue to say, I'm just going to hold on to the information. But you know already you're going to begin to make plans when you get it. What you didn't know was He knows it too. He already knows that you're going to try to make plans. How you know? He created you. He knows you. No, matter of fact, nobody knows you better than Him. So He knows you better than you. So He already knows if I give this inch, they're going to take two. If I give him, like the word puzzle, if I give him the vowels and still, they're going to begin to try to fill the words in. He knows that we will try to take with our finite minds and finite skills and begin to try to fill in the blanks. You might even decide you won't move forward until God tells you ahead of time the details of what you face. And I'm going to wave both of my hands. You ever been there? I'll go ahead and tell them myself. You see, because a lot of times you want to, you know what the Lord said. You know how He said it. But here it is. You're waiting to get a little bit more information before you move. You'll even say stuff like, let me pray about it. What's the prayer about? He's already given you as much information as He wants you to have. And guess what? He didn't tell you to pray about that. He said go. He said move. He said do. But He already knows that if I give any more right here, it's going to be dangerous for you. Sometimes the longest trip that you've had started off with the first wrong turn. Well, the first wrong turn sometimes can take you in places that you didn't even know existed. Find yourself in holes that you didn't even know that were there. And this is what we adopted. We will say, well, I made the mistake. No, you got to back up a few days, a few months, a few years. You made that mistake when you got the direction 2 years ago. And you had not been able to get it back on course since then. You're still going left because every decision you made, watch this, from the first bad decision you've been making since then. So you continue to compound the problem because of the first decision you made in disobedience about what it was that He said. Watch me tonight, but that's not the way God leads people in Scripture. The Lord doesn't send you off on your own, ill-prepared, unprepared. You may not know everything about the assignment, but we have to be careful, because as long as we walk daily with Christ, we will always know where to be. Let me say it again. As long as we walk daily with Christ, we will always know where to be. If I'm following Christ and walking with Christ today, I know I'm in the right place. I didn't get off on the wrong turn. I didn't get on the wrong bus. I know I'm in the right. I may not recognize it. It may not make a whole lot of sense, but because I know that I've not veered from His direction or His instruction, I'm in the right place today. Why? Because He's with me. He's not going to, watch this, put me out there and not be with me. He's right beside me. And He will always, and watch this, and we will always end up where He wants us to be. See, that's the thing. When I walk with Him, when I am obedient daily about the decision about my right now, not my not yet, about my right now. My decision is based on my right now. Lord, where are you working in my life right now? What are you doing right now? I didn't say next week. I didn't say tomorrow. I didn't say next year. Right now. Where are you working in my life? So wherever you're working at right now, watch this, that's your will. What would I want to be any other place than where you're working at right now? I know what you got planned next year for your birthday. You got this plan, and you're going to do that, and you're going to lose a little weight and get a new wardrobe, get a hair. I understand. I get it. But where is He working right now? That's what we have to understand. The will of God gives us now to be doing the will. I want to be where He's working right now. I don't want to be out of season. Watch this. I don't want to be in my Stella got a groove back season yet. He hadn't got me there. I'm not trying to get there. I done bought the wardrobe, did all this stuff, but he doesn't have me there. So that means I'm out of position. Matter of fact, the truth of the matter, I can't even use what it is that I've got because the season hadn't opened for it. So why would I want to be any other place than where he is working right now? Let me help two of y'all. It's because my finite mind will lead me to believe that I can skip this to get to that. Watch this. I can give him my second best right now. I'm gonna wait till I get there to give him my best. I'm gonna wait. You know why? Because my mind telling me that's my season. Well, come a little closer. You've been mistaken. You've been not telling the truth to yourself. Why? Because you got your groove back today if that's where the Lord is. You are if you're working where he is working in your right now in your day, guess what? You're in the best possible position. No other place would you rather be than in the will of God right now. I know what he said. Well, watch me. In order for you to get to the door, you got to first go up the sidewalk. You've got to make it there. So I don't want to step off the sidewalk, get in the grass, and get to the door. No. I want to stay on the path that leads me to the door. There's no reason for me to get off in the grass. It's not going to get me there any faster. Matter of fact, I've just got off the path. So being able to understand that when we're working and doing the will of God, if we're working there, he is always there. He is always there. So the only thing that's missing is us. When we are not working, watch this, daily for what it is the Lord has given us, then we are, watch this, looking not for his will, we're making our own plans. That can be detrimental. Watch this, that can sidetrack many things in life. That can set back many things in life. That can cause struggles in life that wasn't in the plan, but because I've gotten off, watch this, I've gotten out of the will of God. Situations and circumstances now have come upon me. The Lord didn't send them. No. Stop. Wait. Stop. The devil didn't. Just stop lying. Don't tell the story on the devil. Go on, tell yourself, well, Lord, I did it. It was my decision. I knew it when I done it, and I knew already. But you know why? Because I thought I knew best. Just go and tell the truth about it. I thought I knew best, and now here I am. But watch this. Do yourself a favor. Stop working in the wrong direction then and say, Lord, I repent. Can I stop right here, right now? Stop me, Lord. Shut them doors. Go ahead now. Turn me around right now. Because it's not too late to get back on the right track. You may have thought you lost, that you couldn't. You may think that you've had a loss so big you can't regain. The devil is a lie. Stop letting him tell you that. When you get back in the, watch this, in the will of God, everything then has to come in alignment. Watch this. It's like metal and a magnet. When it get close enough, it catches the magnet on it. You hear a sound. As a matter of fact, it makes a sound. See, there is a sound that when you get back, watch this, when you're walking in the will of God, when you're in the will of God, it makes a sound, because watch this, everything, y'all get this, everything that's in that will, watch this, connects to you automatically. It just connects to you as you're walking in the will of God. Those things that he's assigned to you, for you, with you, to you, all those things just connect as you're moving in the will of God. Why? Because you are moving in a direction now that gives you to be forceful. To be forceful as you're moving. Remember, the magnet is attracting those things that are less strength than it is. So when you're moving in force, and God has assigned those things to you, they're like magnets in your life. You don't even know where they come from. How it comes sometimes. You know how it is. You're going down and something happening and you just holding your head like me sometimes and thinking, Lord, where did that come from? And then you just think about the magnet. Well, just think about that. Because when you're in position, in the will of God, those things, watch this, must happen because it's his will. It has to happen. And the devil in hell can't do nothing about it. Nothing he can do about it. So doing the will of God says to you and I tonight, there is no place I would rather be in my right now than in the will of God. Jesus did not say, I will give you the entire plan. Jesus did not say, I will give you a roadmap. Jesus didn't say, I will, watch this, tell you which direction to go and send you off. But he did say in John, the 14th chapter, the 6th verse, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. He did say that. But he didn't tell you that I'm going to give you a detailed map. Can you imagine? Watch this, y'all. Let me digress for a minute. Can you imagine having the roadmap to your life in your hand? That would be scary for me. Woo! Woo! Can you imagine the pressure that would come with making the decision, not just for you, Sister Miles, Paisley, Jay, Hugh, work, family, siblings, all of this. I got this on I got it. But now I got to make the decision. And it's not just going to affect me. Watch this. I know what the plan is, and I'm still not able to make the right decision. Why? Because my mind is finite. It's convoluted. My heart still needs to be cleansed. I still got some stuff that I'm holding on to. So I'm going to make some decision about some things and some people. Watch this. Not based on his will, but based on my feelings, even though I know the plan. Because I still got some stuff in me that I'm trying to deal with. No, you didn't know about it. I know you didn't. How you found out about it was because I made the decision that I made when I made it. That's how you found out. Why? Because it was the wrong decision. That's why. So can you imagine having it? Think about what I'm saying, y'all. How do you handle that? How? So when you think about the will of God, you ought to be grateful that he leads you through it. He goes ahead of you and tell you, come on, stop, stop. See that hole right there? Don't do that one. So when I think about it, I would want to be no other place than to know that I'm being led and he's walking with me. He's not going to just tell me, okay, you want it, there you go. See you later. Make the decision on your own. Because he already knows we're going to mess it up. Because we're human. So to understand that Jesus knows the way. He is your way. Can you trust God to guide you as the farmer led the pastor? He in the car with you. He give you turn-by-turn instruction. All you got to do is turn left when he say left. Matter of fact, he don't even have to tell you the stop sign is right there. There are some things in life you see. He doesn't have to tell me that I've got to stop right here. No. He doesn't have to tell me the light turned green and folk behind you blowing. No. So to know that in my right now, that I'm in the will of God, is to understand that pointing out each turn by turn direction along the route is his promise. It is his promise. It's his guarantee. Watch this. And all we have to do is be obedient about it. But to compound, watch this, that sounding so easy, here's your challenge. There are going to be some turn by turn instructions that you're not going to like, that you're not going to agree with, that you're not going to make that turn because you don't see it. So I watch this now. I know that if I stay obedient in the will of God will serve his purpose, not mine. His purpose is always going to be best in my life, right? So as I am moving through life, and the choice that comes gives me now to make the choice or consult with the one that gave the map. So if I watch this, so if I have access to a turn by turn instruction, why would I try to use my mind? Why would I try to use my finite imagination about something I don't know about? How many times you've been traveling? You know how we do. We're bad about it too. I know I'm going. I know I'm going. And you get there and this road here was blocked. And the person in the car with you tell no, don't turn right there. Oh no, don't tell me. I know what I'm doing. You turn left, you go down there to find out the bridge out. Well, now you've got to turn around and go back. Watch. And so now you're in the position where you've lost time now, and you've got to backtrack and retrace now the instructions that I was given when all I had to do was listen. So when we think about this and talk about the will of God, pointing out each turn by turn is what he does. You might say, no, Jesus doesn't direct, watch this, people specifically like that. The devil is a lie because he does. He does. The Bible is full of examples where he has given guidance to people in precise manners. The Bible is also full of examples where he's given people limited information. He's not giving them, watch this, each instance in the Bible is on the person that was receiving the instructions. Why? Because I know you. 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 I know what you're capable of. I know what you will or won't do. Watch this. I know you better than yourself. And then sometimes, watch this, when we talk about growth and maturity, we don't want to grow and mature in Christ. We want to just be okay in there. We don't want to grow and mature. But watch this. I have to grow and mature because what he trusts me with depends on my growth. It depends on my maturity. I can't be in the same place I was last year. I can't, watch this, have the same mindset. God is a progressive God. So I can't get stuck in the last season of life, shaking the pom-poms, everything is good. No, this is a new season. The will of God now says it's time for us to move forward because this is where I am today. I want to be in the will of God in my right now, in my today. Facebook family and friends, thank you for joining live with us. Our prayer is that you will continue to walk in this study with us. We've been talking about moving into manifestation, knowing God by experience. Same time, same place, next Wednesday.